I'm Jordan Olivo, and this is Focus Del Mar Community. Today we're joined by Judge Missy Medary. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you for taking time to speak with us. So we're just going to jump right in. In addition to presiding on the bench of the 347th District Court, you are also the presiding judge of the 5th Administrative Judicial Region in the state of Texas. Are you the first female appointed as presiding judge of the 5th Administrative Judicial Region?
That's a mouthful, right?
I know, it's a lot.
Yes, I am. I am the first female that has ever been appointed as a presiding judge of the 5th Administrative Region. Governor Abbott appointed me 2 years ago. I went through Senate confirmation, which is a bunch of questions being asked of you. It's not really fun, but once you make it through, it's great. I am also the judge of the 347th District Court, as you said, and that's really my main job. That's what I'm elected to do by this community, is to preside on this bench, the 347th. The other duties that I have as 5th Region, it's a very interesting job. It is, I'm in Austin a lot, probably once a month that I'm there, and what we do, there are 11 presiding judges for the state of Texas. So if you think of the state of Texas, it's opened up into, or divided into 11 different regions. And so in my region, I have 11 different counties underneath me, which means all of the judges that are in each one of those counties report to the 5th Region. So if you look at a map, it's Nueces County all the way down to basically Mexico, to the valley.
So you're commonly known as the boot-wearing judge. You have your boots on now.
I
can't miss them. I love them. Many might think you are a native Texan, but I actually read you were born and raised in St. Louis. So tell us how you made your way down to Corpus Christi.
Well, it was quite a journey, I have to say. You know, they always say I wasn't born in Texas, but I got here as fast as I could. My whole family is still in St. Louis, Missouri. I grew up there. After college, I moved to Louisiana. And my husband was down there, and so I became an assistant district attorney in New Orleans, Louisiana. A little fun fact, I worked for Harry Connick Sr., whose son is Harry Connick Jr., and so that was kind of fun. I got to meet Harry Connick Jr. a couple different times. From there, I went to Houston. We moved up there and went to work as a DA up there. Then I came down to Nueces County, finally, and loved the weather down here, love the beach down here, love the community down here, and wanted to raise our children down here. So it's been 20 years since I've been here, so I feel like I'm a native Texan, but I feel like I'm native Nueces County and Corpus Christi.
As a judge, you get to hear and see from many citizens. Most often, people say they don't like getting picked for jury duty. I know that's common. You hear that a lot. What's your response to that?
My response to someone that does not want to serve on a jury is it is absolutely something that you need to do. I always say to everyone, we live in the greatest country in the world. Without citizens coming in and sitting on our juries, our system would fall apart. So do I realize it is hard to take off from work? Absolutely. Do I understand there are child care issues? Absolutely. But if it was your son, if it was your daughter, if it was anyone that you cared about sitting there on trial, you would want fair and impartial people sitting on that jury. No one likes jury duty, as you've kind of just said, but it is so much better now. If you get a jury summons, you go online, you enter all of your information, you get a text message or an email saying report to Judge Medary at 9:30 on this Monday morning. And you don't have to go down and sit in what we call cattle call anymore. Instead, you report directly to the courts. If for some reason our jury trial falls apart, then we can call you off, which means that you don't have to come in and waste your time. You don't have to leave your job. For employers, it's even more practical, because all of these individuals that work for you can go online instead of sitting down here all day. That's what they do. It has saved, in the first year, we've just finished our first year of operations, having it fully operational. It's saved the taxpayers $325,000. It's huge. Right. And that doesn't even talk about the lost productivity for everybody else that comes in and sits down in that room. So that's just mailing out stuff. That's all that is, and that's $325,000 in savings. The other thing that's really neat about it is that I think we're at about 60 or 62% as far as the individual who register online. We will always have a place to have individuals physically come in. I mean, my mom is not a big, emailer or text messages. I mean, I get her on Facebook and then she somehow gets herself off and I have to get her back on again. So we will always have a place for someone like my mom to come in who is not technologically savvy. But the online stuff, I mean, I tell everybody, my neighbors, anyone I can talk to, register online. It is the quickest, most efficient thing.
Makes the process a little easier. Lastly, I understand you often share stories from the elevator. So what is one of your favorite moments from the elevator?
My probation officer, all the courts have probation officers assigned to our courts, and so I usually refer to her as my probation officer. I should refer to her as the probation officer for the 347. And so she had chickens, and she brought me some eggs. And I was going home at the end of the day, and I'd taken the eggs out of the refrigerator to bring them home with me. And I rode down on the elevator, and somebody got on from the 3rd floor, and the probation department's on the 3rd floor. And so we were just making small talk because it was just the two of us. And she said, "Oh, you bringing home lunch?" And I said, No. I said, "Actually, my probation officer gave me some fresh eggs." And the woman looked at me, and she kind of was disgusted, and I kind of looked at her, didn't understand why, and she said, "That's unbelievable." She said, "My probation officer doesn't, give me anything except," and then it was an expletive, and said, "I need your probation officer. I want one as nice as yours." And I remember getting out of the elevator thinking, I probably need to say that a different way. That not my probation officer, but the probation officer assigned to the 347.
Right. Imagine what people might
think. Right.
Well, thank you so much for taking time, I'm sure out of your busy schedule, to sit down and talk with us. Maybe we can do this again.
I'd love it. You know what? I think it's a great thing that you guys are doing. I'm so supportive of Del Mar, and I love that you guys come out in the community. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, thank you. I'd like to thank my guest, Judge Missy Medary, for coming in, and thank you again for tuning in. This is Focus Del Mar Community. I'm Jordan Olivo.